Good morning, folks. Today, I'm going to teach everyone the proper way to make a pineapple and cherry upside down sideways cake. Okay? It's delicious. You can invite all your friends over to have it. It's usually best served with a lot of whiskey. I put a lot of whiskey in it, but you want to get them drunk before they try to taste this crap. Okay. Jay's whacked out today. 7:55, and that's no jive. 7:55 a.m. Tuesday, July 25th, 2017, in the year of no Lord. There never should have been any talk of stuff like that. There's a tracking number from a new Damberite. I got some more Damberite, the clear stuff without the pink ore to it. Folks, compassion is not wussy. Compassion is strong. You know I don't do fluffy puffy. But compassion, love, that's powerful. A man never feels that. No, that's not a man. That's a pretty much empty vessel with no heart energy. It greatly limits what you can do. I think about things differently because I was made to help people, to serve. Just don't tell me what to do, and to protect. I understand aggression. I'm happy a lot of people have actually said when I've talked to them that, Jay, you know, you just tell like it is and you don't care. And that's kind of it. I mean, I care about everything. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to protect it. But, and you think, first thing, oh, what do you protect? You're a tired old man. That's definitely in bad health. I'm not what you look at. You're looking at a body. You're looking at a beat up Dodge Ram truck. Okay, when I get out of that truck, that's me. Not the beat up Dodge truck. As time goes on, more and more of you all are going to find out about this. Got my little thing here. It's so hard not to be human. And that's basically what I want to talk about. I'm going to go there in a minute. Excuse me. A lot of the stuff I talk about it would be considered by many to be sci-fi. It's just reality. It's just simple. Our friends in space, our family. Excuse me, you're not aware that you even have multiple lives and who you really are. Most people think they're just a body. But our family in space, they've been here, they're coming here. It's not like anything you're hearing about on the... there's very little on the internet that's actually true. People talk to the spirit guides. Sometimes they think they're talking to the Ashtar Command. It's like... I see that and I just kind of shake my head and it's like, well, whatever. You know, they'll figure it out eventually. It'll come out to them. No one's any better than anyone else. That's silly talk, man. That's ridiculous. We're all family because we all came from the first being. But anyway, a lot of people just want to hear the ET stuff. And I understand. I relate to it. It's exciting. It's new. But you really need to try to understand. For someone to really become themselves, for them to enhance themselves, they need to understand who they are and the fact that they've had lives in those bodies. But it is exciting. You know, for most everyone. When I talk with them, it's normal. It's like I'm talking to you, except we talk back and forth. Dan and I had another visit. This just happens all the time. Dan has got another embryo in her. It's scheduled to be removed tonight. But We had visitation last night again. I told Dan before I went to sleep that, before we went to sleep, whatever, you know, we usually go to sleep about the same time. Dan is up, has a hard time sleeping, and sometimes she'll answer emails 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning over here. And I answer emails every once in a while, but almost never. It's not unless I'm drawn to it, where I have to do something, then I go ahead and do it, and then I'm doing other stuff. But when Dan and I are getting work done, we get put down to, you know, we not put down like you put down an animal to send them home. One of the nicest things you can do, as long as the animal is not healthy, and especially if it's being abused. But I know it sounds mean, but it's not. I'll do a video about the animals and their leaving and stuff before long. Every time I do one, though, it's sad because, you know, it doesn't get any hits because people don't care. There's people that are, you know, souls and stuff out of body. They're literally asking to have one life in an animal body so that they can learn as spirits, sentient energy. That's one of the main reasons why to develop and learn is why we go into bodies, physical bodies. They want to understand more about what it was like to be an animal. And it's horrific for the most part. Now, you have nice pets, you take care of them, cool. What about the last 100 lives they had before that? Anyway, see, that's just part of what's wrong with creation, and that's where I'm at all the time. I can't help it. Anyway, so I expected to be, I was telling Deanna last night before we went to sleep, I told her, you know, I was going to go in my room, conk out. And I told her things were set up on the other side for me literally to be taken out of the house. Usually when it's important, Deanna is the one that goes on the ship. But I was scheduled to be taken out of the house onto a ship, and they were going to work on my liver. So that's not what happened. But when it does, when we get visitation like that and we're worked on, they kind of knock you out with this frequency, and it makes you really, when you do it at night, when you wake up, folks, you're groggy. And because of my health conditions, I'll wake up anywhere from 5 to 12 times during the night to drink more water, because I have to keep drinking water. Otherwise, my muscles start cramping up real bad, and then, of course, I have to, you know, release some water, too. It's one of the problems with this. Age will get like that, but the body's just falling apart. And this liver issue, this cirrhosis, the liver doesn't regulate water well whatsoever. Anyway, so no big deal, it just is. So they came in, and instead of pulling out part of my liver and replacing it, they have incredible medical stuff they can do. Surgical techniques, whatever. I understand a little bit about that. I used to be a scrub tech. You know, the guy that works the Mayo tray, hands the surgeon the instruments and understands the basic surgeries, but it's not a doctor. Anyway, so damn heart just jumped. They went into my heart, and then they went into my liver. They used some kind of weird energy. It was kind of breaking stuff down, making it a little softer, then breaking it down, breaking it away, help dissolve it, getting my arteries and stuff are not clogged up. They're doing pretty good, but they were doing everything they could to enhance it. They went inside the right ventricle and then the right of the ventricle's the lower part, the begins with an A, I can't even see it right now. Atrium, right above the ventricle, and then out the aorta. I woke up this morning, my heart was kind of hurting. They're really good at what they do. This is like, it's kind of like heart surgery, but they, you know, they do it with these, they're like I don't know what you call it. It's like a needle that moves, but it's they're thicker than that. Not much. And they go all over inside up vessels. They can go in a small vein, go all the way up. They can expand in size, do all kinds of stuff, put out energy, different harmonics. And the other one went into my liver, and I can feel that where it went in, and it's trying to help my liver. And Dana was just got, checkup. There's a lot of these kids coming out, but there's a lot of them coming from Deanna and I. This is not about me. It's not about Deanna. It's not about the kids. It's about everything. These children are going to be really strong. They're going to help wake people up. This has been going on for well over a year, and some of these children are already what we would see in our age here. They're really already blah. The oldest of them are like 7 years old. When they go, when they take the eggs and sperm, put them together, create an embryo, and the system that they have to work on it, there's a rapid growth rate, very fast. They've developed energy. It's a fluid type stuff that's part of the process that gets rid of pain from joints, growing fast. Excuse me. People say, "Oh, they don't have any such thing." These folks are flying from one galaxy to another. Okay, don't kid yourself. So. Anyway, and remember, folks, these things I say when I say stuff like that, I'm not talking to the majority of everyone. I'm talking to the people that have the question, hoping that it'll kind of jolt them a little bit to stop and look at what think more about what they're saying, and that's to help them out, not to ridicule. Someone gets stuck in a religion and they refuse to look at some very simple facts, and they keep saying, "I have the book, I believe the word." After you explain it to them, okay, they're stupid, they're ignorant, they don't want to let go of their ignorance. Fine, I don't care, it doesn't matter to me. I'm here to offer information. Changing everything, that's already in the process. That'll get strong real quick. Anyway, so I feel the effects of them having come over. They're trying to keep me going, but they're concerned about making sure they don't try to keep me here longer, because they know the other side's taking care of this, and they have equipment, folks. They can see spirit. They can see the actual spirit in the body flowing out of it. They know what I am, who I am. Our friends from other galaxies, you know who you are too. Okay, again, this is not about me. I'm explaining something. I'm very much in the middle of this, folks. You want to show me someone else who's done a quantitative electroencephalogram, proving that they can go into someone's brain and change it, this DNA stuff? No. So it's about everyone else. I'm here to make it happen. That's all. It's time y'all were free, and you are like you don't even know yet, and that's about to be made better and complete real soon. So as you awaken and become stronger, and you see more, feel more, understand more, and that starts with understanding yourself, and that you accepting the fact that you have abilities. And there's always going to be people sometimes screaming, "No, that's not true. If it were, I would have it. We'd all be this, and I'd have this." That's not true. It's all about God, Jesus Christ, and Allah, and Yahweh. No. Something really loves you. The last thing it wants is praise, and the last thing it would allow would be praise. That's such a simple statement, isn't it? It's true. Think about it. Oh, we just don't understand because God's so smart and we're so stupid and he's so much above us. Wow. That's like, hit me in the cheek, I'll turn the other cheek. I'm a good Christian. Where the frack did that come from? You're upset? Go ahead, beat me. Beat me. No thanks. I'm going to knock you on your ass. If that's true, when they hand around in church, when they hand around that plate, that offering plate to collect money, why isn't it full and you take what you want? They're the super Christians, right? The religious groups, the churches, so they should be giving money. Turning that other cheek, yeah, here, have some money. It's not what happens, is it? Anyway, I said 7 years from now. There's a bunch of children that are in the process of being born, and some of them not born yet. They'll range probably from about 6 years old to 14, as far as our age. But it'll be 7 years from now. Maybe a little less, a little whatever. They'll be out there doing some big stuff. 8 years from now, you'll start hearing about it. Time for stuff to happen. They'll be doing a lot of stuff in space. There'll only be a few doing stuff here. Excuse me, they'll be moving around here and there. So anyway, that's a little bit about how they can create the bodies and everything. Once the bodies are made, they get to a certain point in their childhood. Once they get there, it stops and it's pretty much normal. Aging, the aging process. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about is it's hard to not be human. I said that correctly. It is hard to not be human as you awaken. So the first thing that insinuates is, as you awaken, you are no longer human. You evolve and transcend and ascend and elemental P, QRST, UVW, XYZ. You become all this unknown stuff. No, you become aware of what's going on. But you don't take things in such a manner as what we call human today. The physical world, the physical realm, is actually a small portion of, thank you, of what the actual, and this is important, that's why you got the flash of the lights. The physical world is a very small portion of creation, of what actually exists. And it's been made very difficult to find this, to find out this fact. It's been kept from you intentionally, more here on this planet than other ones. It's like I said, other folks on other planets, if you look at their age, the bigger the planet, the longer the age span usually, okay? If you look at their lifespan and just use it as a ratio compared to ours here on Earth, when they're about 6 years old, when we'd be 6 years old, whatever age that is with them, that's when they start learning a lot about the metaphysical realm, because it's real. Those trip chairs, they were made to communicate with each other using your mental capacities, your metaphysical abilities. With us, it's mostly with the scanner. The pineal's in there, but it works harder on the scanner, like remote viewing. But the pineal's in there too. And it takes all that and focus it. They were trip chairs because when people left on a trip to leave something, people are using trip, the word trip, and they think it's something else. They don't understand. When something would leave an airport or a space center, there'd be a machine in the middle, so literally like a circular device, and then a row outside that, and a row outside that, and rows like this going up like this, okay? with it's like a cross in there. It's just different ways to pathways to get in there and sit down in one of these chairs. And depending on the size of the spaceport, okay, it's not an airport, it's a spaceport. Depending on the size of it, and ships that be leaving would depend on the size of this area down here where they have trip chairs. People would take, it's like work. It's their job. They go sit in there, they relax, and they just feel outward. And then when you take off in a ship and you're going galaxies and galaxies away, and all of a sudden something breaks down, your ship or your car breaks down, there's no AAA out there, folks. You got to get help. Universe, real big. Ours, and there's others. So, but 1,672 other universes finished, or just out there hanging around. Anyway, so when that would happen, you get in your trip chair. Usually one or two would be out in the vehicle. Long range exploration, there might be 4 of them in the vehicle, at least. And you're out there really far away, and then someone gets in the one of the trip chairs. You relax, turn it on. It reads your DNA, your brain, and everything else, and then it cranks up the energy. And in your head, it just wham cranks up. It helps amp up your metaphysical abilities. The fifth energy field that creates sentient spirit is the electromagnetic pulsing energy that's inside our bodies, the physical bodies. That energy that goes from nerve to nerve, goes from nerve ending to, through the nervous system and everything. That's what that is. So it amps that up and amps up your abilities, different parts of your brain, and it literally allows, if 2 people in a trip chair, they can communicate anywhere through the universe. That's what they were made for. That's why the real name for them is a trip chair. They were made for people taking long trips away from where they're at. Thank you. Don't need that. That was a small flicker, but it's just trying to leave a message for everyone. So anyway, that's that. Then he started getting used for medical work, for medicine. They found out they could help you, working on your brain and stuff, working through the body, and then they started using it in the military to attack people. Go into your brain. It's amazing how this creation's been made. But anyway, the more awake you become, the more aware you are of stuff that's going on, life changes. And the reason why it's so hard to not be human is because we're all stuck in this way of being where we have to act what's accepted and the norm and what's normal. That's what we call human. Folks, that's wrong. That's not the way it is. Okay? That's not who you are. That's who they want you to be. It's a mold to try to put you in a box. Be right back. And once again, we're back. Okay, let's get going here. It's always something stupid messing with me. Anyway, what we were talking about is it's hard to not be human. We're told what's real, how to live, and everything else. It's told to our parents. They tell it to us as well as everything else. There's you have subliminal advertising and stuff like that that messes with us, but we're told this blatantly, flat out. Everyone's always been told, you hear voices, you're wrong. I've proven to a board of psychiatrists, 2 different boards of psychiatrists, that what I do is real, that to talk with spirit, to actually communicate back and forth with spirit, stuff out of a body, is very real. It's happening everywhere all the time. And I've been proving that one way and the other, and I've used the quantitative electroencephalogram to do it, and less than a month's time. I'll already have started pushing this in court. These lawsuits that were brought about that I had to initiate, no one's suing me, folks. When things happen from the other side, especially how it's been, you have the butt heads causing a problem, and then the good folk will take that problem and fix it, but yet take the bad part of it to take that problem and use it for something good. My sister, the only one living, keeping me from having what's owed to me, that what my parents left me, which is a lot of money. She's trying to keep it all for herself. She's sick. Dad was gone in July of 2011, and Mom was gone in August of 2015. And we're creeping towards August of 2017 now. Yeah, she's she'll pay. Anyway, that's been done to bother me, but at the same time, because it did happen, because I had to do this, what I do is being brought into court in that manner. It's already been brought into the legal circles, but now it's coming out directly in court. So I've said that what I do is literally being proven everywhere. These scientists in Spain proving I changed people's DNA, that process, and that'll eventually come. That's nice and slow, folks. It's supposed to be the scientific process, what they call the scientific process, takes a good while. It's very thorough, and it's not supposed to come out until after, right about when I'm dead. This body's dead. Hell, I'll never die, but the body will, though. Appreciate having had it to do what I had to do, and it's time for it to go. Anyway, when you see things as completely as you should, as who you really are, your life changes. It's not, you understand more. You don't get upset as much. You see why things happen. You know better what to do to deal with it, and your life is smoother. So you're less upset about things. Things go smoother. You're aware more. You're actually more intelligent. You have more wisdom, because you have a greater amount of different understandings and fuller understandings of why things happen and how. But there's always that immediate reactionary process that as you awaken, become more yourself, it starts to fall away. It starts to deteriorate, fall apart. But at first, it's hard not to be human, to react to things the way you're made to think you should. That thought process. I'm just proving that these abilities you have are real. I'm giving you a reason to listen to me because of what I can do. I've explained to you what's going on and where you come from and everything else in these books. The more you see this stuff for yourself, the more ready you are to deal with life the best way possible. There's information in those books that angels don't have when they're at, they never have a life. There's information I've offered that ain't the first angels never even had access to. Angels had a hierarchy. There's 3 huge angels at the top. There were. Then there's a group below them. you know, about 38 or something like that, whatever. And then it went into a larger group, and then it kind of filtered on out. So, you're told angels are these. What are you told about angels? Let's stop right there. What are you told about angels? They're God's servants. They take care of us. They protect us. How much can you see about them? What do you understand? Oh, I read it in the book. Oh, yeah, the book that says turn the other cheek when someone hits you so somebody can finish beating the shit out of you. Or God is loving and all forgiving, and that's why he made hell to punish you forever when he's pissed. And how come there's a Father God, not a Mother God? Serve me, praise me. Praise no other before me. You praise me. If something's loving and forgiving and everything else, why would it want you to praise it? Why would it allow it? Okay? Well, the answers are right there in front of you, but you're conditioned not to go there. And those original first angels, when they used to be hanging around, because they're almost all dead now, they go inside your head and your brain. They go through the upper crown, middle crown, lower crown, right into the hypothalamus gland of your brain and run you. They tell you run into that door and bang your head into it, and you'll do it, and you'll know it was the right thing to do. Then they pull their energy out, and you're like, what the hell just happened? When you argue with yourself, what's going on there? I want to do this. Part of me, I want to do this, but no, I can't. But that's the two parts of you inside. The spirit that's inside your body that used to belong to Gaia, was released from Gaia, the energy of this planet, 11.25 million years ago, about that. And then there's you. So you're told you're just trying to make a decision, having a problem with it. No, you're not. Think about it. You have such a struggle making a decision. What's 2 and 2? 2 and 2 is 4. What happens when you add one more? That's 5. It's a simple thing. When stuff gets to push and pull about a decision, there's a reason for that. And when you get to the point where you're fully awake, you can relax and look at the two different parts and make a better decision. Once you start waking up, you give yourself a little time, you can literally differentiate between you and the other part of you inside your body. When you start, usually it starts happening when you start talking with other people, seeing things for them, and then you can see the two different parts of them. That allows you to understand in your conscious mind that this is a real thing. And then, as time goes on, as long as you can relax, you'll start being able to separate yourself as in thought process of seeing the two different parts of you. You can't just separate that, okay? The only thing that can pull that out of your body, pull that other part of that spirit out of the body, literally, there's only one thing that can do it. And it doesn't do it unless it feels it's necessary. But people are going to start being born without that energy inside them, and these physical bodies will be going away. Okay. Well, I need to cut this short, which is good. I've said the major points. Usually in my videos I elaborate on a lot, but my heart hurts today, so I had stuff in and out of it. Right where it goes into the aorta and then comes out, it feels rough, it hurts. Anyway, as you awaken and become who you really are, and start to understand yourself more completely, sometimes it's natural for us to get pulled back into acting more human. If you understand that, when it starts to happen, you'll see it and you'll be able to calm it down, and then that'll help you awaken quicker, faster, to be who you really are, the real you. So anyway, I realize Every video I do, I turn it into an intersection with roads going off anywhere. But that's going off anywhere, yeah, wherever there's information. I'm trying to feed you information, not force feed you, but feed you with all the information I can. And the more you listen to me, the more you hear it. Some of the things, definitely repetition in there. Then sometimes you hear it becomes more natural. This isn't about, giving away your personal property to do this, become that. No. This is about being you, learning how to understand, see, and feel who you really are. Become yourself and help yourself understand everything else around you. This is to find out who you are in your real place and what really exists. That's a lot. 3 things there, very, very important. Important to what? To me? No. Well, it is to me, but it's more so to you. That's what I want. Folks, love you, man. Take care and have a good one.